I'm Debra Meiburg and I'm with Warwick Hawker of Pisa Range Estate, a winery located in the beautiful central Otago hills in southern New Zealand. So Pisa Range, is that a mountain range, I presume?
It is a mountain range.
And
how did it get the name? Somewhere on top there's a rock that apparently looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And when it was being settled by the British back in the 1860s, a surveyor, a gentleman called Surveyor Thompson, was wandering around. I think you might know that name. And he found this rock and thought, well, this is the name for the mountain, so hence Pisa Range. And I'm afraid we were very unimaginative when we established the vineyard, but we were standing looking at the Pisa Range and thinking, what are we going to call ourselves? And we thought Pisa Range Estate might be the story.
Pisa Range, and how does the mountain influence your winemaking?
The mountains are very important to us in central Otago because they create the continental climate that we have there. It's the only part of New Zealand with the continental climate. All of our wine producing areas.
It's always a bit warmer than we expect,
well,
isn't it?
It's very warm in the summer and it's very cold in the winter. And it's also very dry. The mountains cause the rain to drop on the western side, so that by the time we get them, it's a dry wind and very dry climate, but of course perfect for producing good Pinot Noir.
And your Pinot has won lots of awards and accolades. What do you think is so special about it? Why is it attracting so much attention?
Well, I think it's a wonderful expression of just where it's been grown. Our whole philosophy is to try and produce wines that are evocative of the place that they come from. So our approach in the vineyard is basically as hands-off as we can be.
And Pinot Noir is such a difficult child. Why would you invest yourself in Pinot Noir?
Well, that was serendipity. My background is a New Zealand diplomat, and my wife and I bought this land as a project to establish for when we moved on to another life. The man who was advising us when we got to the point of planting grapes, he basically said to us one day, well, it's time to plant some grapes, and we said, great, what should we plant? And Mike Walter said, well, I think Pinot Noir grows pretty well in central Otago, so there we are.
And your diplomatic skills, are you putting them to work in the wine business?
Well, I try. The diplomatic skills are many and varied, but important in them is meeting people, talking to people, listening carefully to people, and trying to understand what they're telling me and translating that into other appropriate fora.
Now, lots of people dream of owning a vineyard. You went ahead and did it. What were some of the surprises for you?
How much work it was. But it was so exciting for us because basically we've been exposed to a whole range of new experiences that were totally different to our diplomatic life. In one sense, there are other similarities, the opportunity to match wine with food, of course. Diplomatic life involves quite a bit of that. But no, what I've really enjoyed about it is really doing other things, meeting new people, learning new skills. It's been great.
And when you're not drinking your wines, what wines are you drinking?
Oh, goodness me. I try obviously other expressions of Pinot Noir because we do specialise in Pinot Noir, so I'm very interested to try other expressions of it. Our Central Otago wine industry is very interested, for instance, of course, to learn or study more what is coming out of Burgundy. So our celebration every year, we've been trying to bring in some extra special Burgundies to taste them, to learn from them, to see how they relate to our own industry.
And how would you describe your wines?
I think they're fruit-driven initially, but they do have a nice complexity and particularly good length. A wine to be savoured, I suppose, is what I would encourage people to do. It's not a sort of a one-dimensional wine by any means.
Well, thank you. I look forward to savouring them.
Thank you very much indeed. Lovely to talk to you.